Alright, YouTube, everything Subaru here, another video. So today I'm going to be talking about the Perrin radiator shroud. The setup that I have, because I have the Cobb SF intake, I use the snorkel. So I'm going to be talking about just the one that utilizes the snorkel. It does come with another piece that if you don't use the snorkel, but I mean, let's be honest, I don't know of of a more efficient airbox. Or setup than this, so I'd say 90% of the time you're going to be using the snorkel. So the way I'm just going to point this out is it's already on, but it's extremely easy to do. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get out of the box, put these two together, okay? Then there's foam right here that they provide for you. All you're going to do is just stick that foam on just so that it makes a seal right here. All that's doing is it's making a seal, okay? As soon as you get to the car, super easy. You're gonna take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. These, I believe, they're either 10 or 12 millimeter. Then you're gonna take off 1, 2, 3 pop clips. Might have been missing one in there. This whole black piece comes off. Okay, so that you need that off completely. As soon as that comes off, you can go ahead and start getting this all in there. So the first thing you're gonna do, and it's a little hard to see, but there's this little edge here on the coolant reservoir. All you're gonna do is press that, move this to the side, press that, and this comes right out. Okay, it's super simple. That comes out, all you're gonna have to do is just move this over to the side just for a second. You're gonna take the bolts out that are holding the, I believe it's a fan here. You're gonna take those out. And then what you're gonna do is, because this was never really explained, you're gonna put the fender shroud right before this black like spacer, and then the bolt. It goes before it. So you're gonna go ahead and get that lined up where it's right before the spacer. Okay, on both sides. It's a little easier to see on this side. You're gonna have that little spacer, and then you're gonna put that right there. Okay, you're gonna bolt that back on. Now remember, as far as height goes, you're going to want to test that out. This can obviously be pushed down further, but this is where it needs to be. And then what you're going to notice, you're going to have to relocate this just a little bit here. So this is going to be off to the side from the factory, and all you got to do is just get some pliers, pinch that, and then just move it to the center. I didn't want to move it that much. I didn't want to mess with it, so I just moved it enough to get it out of the way, and then there's plenty of clearance here. So if you don't do that, this is going to hit this, okay? So once you lay this out, put this down, get these lined up, thread them in just a little bit. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start working on this side. Now, if you notice, you can still see the silver through here. So it's going to go underneath the silver. So this goes underneath the silver, the actual part of the bumper, and in. Then this black trim piece is going to go back on, and all the holes are pre done out. It's extremely simple. Once you get that in, I put the bolts back in first, then I went with the pop clips and put those back in. And then obviously it's going to sit, they give you this little, this is going to sit right by the snorkel. There might be a little gap. Before I put this intake on, this sat really far down. As soon as I put the intake on, it seems like it's more up now. But that goes along with saying these bolts here. So if these bolts here, if you push this down as far as it can go, it's going to press down far. If you leave it up, it's going to sit more upright. And then you'll notice too, it blocks it off pretty good. That's the foam I was talking about in the beginning. Once you stick that on, I mean, there's a tiny little gap here, but I mean, there's nothing coming out of there. And then it goes straight into the airbox, which I already have wrapping around the airbox as well. So it creates a pretty good seal. And then what that generally does is it will suck all the air from right through here. It'll go up and it'll trap it in here, and then it'll go straight on into the intake. So those foam will keep it onto the side. That's about it. This is a pretty easy install. There's really not much to this. Like I said, I don't see the option without the snorkel being much more difficult. I would assume it's the exact same thing. It's just it sits a little bit lower because it doesn't utilize this snorkel here. So if you have any questions or comments, and the only other thing you're gonna have to do is, if you're using the snorkel, there's a weather strip up here. There's a weather strip up here, and you just have to pull it out. There's a couple clips. You pull that weather strip out, so it should look like this. There should be no weather stripping up there. I think the old one used to come and it used to like curve out this way. And then as far as fitment goes with the hood release and hood lock, it's extremely, sits right shut. The seal comes right back over. So it's a pretty easy install. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, tune in next time.